Hey, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Lifestyles, a show that celebrates America's finest city. Today, we go all over San Diego. We visit different micro markets, hear some of the stories of those markets. Also, we interview some of the best professionals out of all those marketplaces. Let's start Lifestyles right now. Here we are, an amazing day in Mission Bay, and we're going to be interviewing Stefan Arsel, who's an incredible success story. He was on Shark Tank. He was bombing his presentation, and then Mark Cuban saw something he liked, and now has become one of the best investments per Mark Cuban, and this is his book, The 5-Hour Workday. So we're going to chat with Stefan. We're going to learn all about his paddleboard company and his book coming up next. So here we are with Stefan, the author of The 5-Hour Workday and CEO of Tower Paddleboards. Thanks for having us out.
Hey, thanks for coming, Greg. Appreciate it.
I'm jealous of the attire today.
Yeah, it's a little hot for that.
Well, you're crushing it in your board shorts, which is what we said on social media, which is awesome. What an American success story, and certainly makes sense in San Diego to be running around in flip-flops. But tell us about your Shark Tank story.
Yeah, so I'm infamously known on Shark Tank as the worst pitch in the history of Shark Tank that still landed a deal. So there's been worse ones, but they didn't even think about investing in those guys. I had to make this sort of I fell apart, just forgot basically my prepared pitch, and then I was silent and sort of stumbling and stammering for like minutes. I mean, like in real time it was probably 4 minutes.
Oh no.
And then they started making fun of me, and like, you know, Barbara called me a leprechaun, she called me a nerd. It was just horrible. So they all piled on.
You were out of your element. You were probably all dressed up. Now here we have you in board shorts out on the bay. This is where you thrive best. So, but you turned it around, which is an amazing story. So you actually got Cuban to buy in. So how'd you hit Cuban?
Well, I sort of, they didn't seem interested in me first, and then the paddle boards, they didn't seem to get the paddle boards. So I sort of pivoted, and I just started pitching how I, use internet marketing to grow, and I've grown several different companies, a poker chip company. I helped my brother's company. It was like tree trimming equipment. I said, look, I can do this for any company. We can go buy a $20 million company, inject what I know, we'll sell it for $30 million, and we'll do this business flipping business. And that got Cuban and Kevin O'Leary interested, and they both gave me offers.
Wow.
But it was really about maybe, we don't know about these paddle boards, but maybe we'll do something else with him.
No kidding. So it wasn't actually the product, they were buying into you.
Yeah, I think so. And as soon as Cuban, gave me an offer, it was $150,000 for 30%. But then he also negotiated for first right of refusal to invest in any business I raise money for in the future. And I was thinking, like, there's really no downside for me in that. So I didn't feel I was getting a good, valuation for my company, but I was like, take a hit on this one and I'll make money in the future.
Yeah, so you've obviously done really well with Tower Paddleboards, and so much you've actually written a book. Tell us about the book.
Yeah, so the paddleboards have become one of the most successful companies in the history of Shark Tank. So the paddleboards did do well, but we're branching into other stuff. We've got a sunglass company, sunglassesbytower.com. We've got an online magazine called Tower.life that does like beach lifestyle topics and stuff like that. And then, and in growing our company, we've been, very successful. 2 years ago, we were the fastest growing company in San Diego. And last year we were number 239 on the Inc. 500, a list of America's fastest growing companies. And so I had always worked this compressed work day. Basically come in, get your work done and get out of there. I wasn't one of those startup guys that's working 60 hours, a week. And I wanted to see if my whole team could do this. So a little over about a year and a half ago, we rolled out a 5-hour workday with the whole company. So 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., no lunch, and then everybody knocks out. And I came in and said, hey, we're going to do this test. We're going to do summer hours where we only do a 5-hour workday. And so I'm going to give you that, and we're also going to give you 5% profit sharing. So it nearly doubled the per hour earnings of everybody in the company overnight, but didn't cost the company any more because we just sort of reduced the hours.
And the idea is less is more, but when you have people in, it's work hard, get out, play hard, but no lunch, no breaks, just straight through.
And I mean, we think of ourselves like sort of Navy SEALs, like come in and really knock it out. And the idea is I'm giving them a better lifestyle, and then that will attract the best people. All those people that, just seem to get 3 times as much done in the office as everybody else. We want to attract those people, repel the other people, and we're going to give them this better deal. And so that was what we did. And I didn't really intend to write a book about it, but it worked so well that we never even rolled back to our regular hours after summer. And so I was like, I was writing articles for magazines like, Inc. magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, and I wrote one for Mashable, and this article on what we were doing got 15,000 social shares. And I'm not like a big author or anything, so usually when I write an article, it gets 50 social shares. So 15,000, I thought this really resonates with people. So we decided to sort of write a book about it and sort of spread the word on what we're doing. And then we put a book in every paddleboard order that goes out. So that's 15, 20,000 a year that we're gonna sort of spread this message.
Well, the book seems to be doing really well, but we have some toys that you've brought out today from Tower Paddleboards. I understand we have a mask we're gonna maybe test out today and one of the inflatable paddleboards. So we're gonna go down by the water and check this stuff out. All right, Stefan, show us some of the toys, man.
Yeah, so this is what made Tower Paddleboards famous. This is an inflatable paddleboard. So it rolls up to this size. You can put it in the trunk of your car. You can store it in a closet. Yep. Very easy.
Let me grab it here and test this thing out.
Yeah, you want to unroll that?
So I'm going to be the one to unroll. I'll let you.
No, I'll unroll it. Yeah.
Test the weight. It's not heavy.
Yeah, they're about 25 pounds. So when we came out with these about 4 years ago, at the time there were inflatables on the market, but they were 4 inches thick. And they rode like bananas, so they really sucked. They were about 1% of the market. People just thought they were a joke. Okay. But we came along and we made boards that were 6 inches thick and 8 inches thick. And by increasing the thickness 50%, it increases the rigidity by 400%. It's this exponential effect. So now this thing is as good as a hardboard. So in 4 years, these are now 30% of the market. They're taking over the market, these inflatables, because they're just sort of better all around. Storability, durability, and everything. So here are these boards. You just roll them out like that. You pump it up with
how long does it take?
It's about 7 to 10 minutes with just like an oversized bicycle pump. And then we have an electric pump as well.
So what's this alien mask here?
So we're not just paddle boards anymore. We're getting into, we got sunglasses. This is called a snorkel mask. All one word. So this is what you call a full face snorkel mask. It's 180 degree visibility, so you can see much better underwater. And then the thing that people really like is you can breathe naturally. So instead of having this thing in your mouth, you can breathe through your nose and your mouth, whatever, when you're inside that snorkel mask. And it's just a much more comfortable experience. And then it's also got what's called a dry top snorkel. So if you're snorkeling around, then you go underwater, usually like you'd suck in water through this tube, or you come back up and you have to clear the tube so you don't suck in salt water. This thing's dry. Comes down, comes back up.
Does Cuban like this part?
This was Cuban's baby. He went on some vacation in Europe somewhere and saw somebody with one of these, and the kids were flocking. And he's like, "This is your new product." And I looked at it and I said, "It looks kind of goofy." I sort of drug my feet literally for 2 or 3 months. And every time I would, email him, he's like, "What's going on with the snorkel mask? What's going on?" And so finally I said, "Okay, we'll roll this out." And so we rolled it out the first month. We sold $30,000 worth of these things. Brand new product, stocked out. We got them back in stock maybe 6 weeks later, $60,000 worth. We can't keep them on the shelves. These things are really incredible.
What a story. Stefan Arstel crushing it in his board shorts from zero to hero on the Shark Tank. Now an author. And now we're going to go take this thing out, full suit and all.
You're like an old pro, and that one doesn't even have a fin on it.
Not bad. Too wet? So hope you enjoyed learning about Tower Paddleboards with Stefan Arstel. What an amazing success story, and he's right here in America's finest city. Hope you enjoyed the interview. Now let's go back to Lifestyles.
Kate Sessions Park is perched high atop Lamont Street, bordering Pacific Beach and La Jolla. This amazing park is named after the highly influential and eccentric horticulturist Kate Sessions. This 79-acre dog-friendly park offers beautiful and breathtaking views of San Diego and the Pacific Ocean, and acts as a perfect location for picnics, family barbecues, outdoor activities, and even weddings. Hi, I'm Lindsay Tour, and this is Lifestyle San Diego. We're here at the beautiful Kate Sessions Park, bordering Pacific Beach and La Jolla, with a very special guest, someone who's no stranger to our show, Realtor Jeff Grant with Sand & Sea Investments. All right, Jeff Grant, no stranger to our show on lifestyles. Thank you so much for being down here with us.
You're welcome, as always. Thanks for having me, Lindsay.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm taking this all in. This is my first time here. We're at Kate Sessions Park, and that's bordered in between Pacific Beach and La Jolla.
Yeah, we're in the 92109 zip code. Literally 100 feet that way is La Jolla, and then south is PB. And I would consider North PB from about Barrel to where we are now.
This seems like a great place just to come and relax, hang out with your family, have picnics. It is dog friendly. I'm noticing some dogs around here.
Yeah, you know, this is pretty tame. What is it, Wednesday today?
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, it's a whole different crowd. They do allow alcohol from 12 to 8, so you'll probably get a little bit more festive crowds. But yeah, it's a great spot. It's known for its views, obviously, but it's also known for a lot of hiking around. There's 60 acres of preserved land around the 79 acres that makes up this park.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. 79 acres exactly.
Yeah, 79 here, and then there's 60 of preserve around us. So hiking trails, that's where you'll see a lot of the dogs and a lot of activity on the weekends as well.
Absolutely. Now, I know that you being one of the top real estate agents in San Diego, you do business all over the place, but primarily in PB. Let's talk a little bit more about Pacific Beach area and why it's so desirable.
Yeah, Pacific Beach has a lot to offer. I mean, it's funny. I think if you said PB to anyone in the country, they know what that means, right? But it's interesting. I think as people literally get a little older, they start heading a little north. And it's a nice lifestyle between Barrel and La Jolla. So we call that North PB. Prices this last year just alone have gone up 14% there. You can still find a house here for well under $1 million or well over $1 million. You get some benefits of possibly going to some La Jolla schools if you'd like. And of course you got this beautiful park.
Pacific Beach, when I think of that, I think fun. It brings in quite the crowd here, but kind of an array of all ages. I mean, it's a great place not only for, you know, college kids and up, but also families and younger kids. Would you say that's correct?
In all honesty, I think what brings them north is a little more space. The houses are bigger. Yeah, they're a little pricier, but it also offers a little bit more entertainment. There's better restaurants, there is better parks as we're standing in, and I think it gives them some better options even going to Bird Rock. Bird Rock has its own identity, as you well know, so I think that's why everyone loves North PB.
Now talk a little bit more about some of the restaurants and hotspots that people can enjoy in Pacific Beach.
Yeah, Pacific Beach, so I think, gosh, off the top of my head, Tower 23,
Great
oldie
one.
but goodie, new Cannonball Sushi, and then now that sports are back on, football back on,
Yep.
is Draft. Draft is unbelievable. They have got the biggest television I've ever seen. It's like a monster stadium board inside the restaurant.
So when I think of Pacific Beach, I think of a lot of rentals, but I know that there's a lot more than just rentals in the area. Talk a little bit more about the market in Pacific Beach that you've noticed.
Yeah, so when you headed further south in PB, you're going to find more multi-units, you know, attached homes, townhouses, condos, but you come up north and you're going to find more detached homes. And up north, interestingly, just this year alone relative to last year, it has appreciated 14% on average.
Wow.
Which is telling me that, you know, obviously it's more desirable to buy a detached home. Now, that said, the rental units that you referenced are still huge cash cows, great investments. They typically trade at a very thin margin, meaning you're not going to make a lot of money at acquisition, but as time goes on, you raise rents, you're actually going to end up making a lot of money.
For North PB, somebody who would be interested in moving into that area, let's talk a little bit more about that, because I know that you have a fabulous listing just down the way here.
Yeah. This house is at 1925 Wilbur, and one of my favorite parts about it is actually the architectural style. It's mid-century modern, which is really hard to find in San Diego for some reason. It's 2 stories, it's 1,500 square feet, it's 2-bed, 2-bath, has a garage, but it literally is a block away from this park.
Sounds gorgeous. I hear you have a little video about it.
Yes, I'd love to show you.
Yeah, let's check it out. Wow, that looks fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Now, I know that you had mentioned that this seller is into golf.
Yeah.
And a little birdie told me that you are possibly working on getting an exciting, well-known attraction in other areas here in San Diego. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I totally will. Thanks for asking, by the way. It's called Top Golf. And again, I'm not sponsored by them at all, but Top Golf, I've been to 4 of them. I believe there's about 25. And it's basically a mix of a bowling alley, a driving range, and a bar. Top Golf, it really just requires what, say, a batting cage would or a typical driving range would. So we are doing our part, Sand&C Investments is, to try to identify a location for them. We have a petition we're trying to have local sign to show the seriousness. To be honest, what's been their biggest disincentivizer is just simply the cost. You know, they can build one in Austin for a lot cheaper, Vegas a lot cheaper, Scottsdale a lot cheaper. So we're trying to get them out here. If we can do that, I believe it's just going to enrich the city. Another outdoor experience, another something fun you can do without maybe drinking, unless you want to.
Good.
But yeah, we're working on that, so thanks for asking.
I think with the Top Golf, if there's a way that people can kind of jump on board and help you petition the idea and try and get it going here, is there a way for people to help do that?
Yeah, yes, thank you for asking. It's go to just our website really is where the petition is. It's key2sd.com/topgolf.
Okay.
So KEYTOSD.com/golf, Topgolf. And if people write their just first and last name and then email, that is what we're ultimately going to send to the shareholders of Topgolf. It's a great example of how Sand&C Investments tries to think a little out of the box, not just buy and sell homes, but also add value and really participate in the community.
And you guys definitely do that with your clients. And I say this because I know that you are a humble guy, but you were voted one of the top 5 most likable real estate agents by Locale magazine. That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's really nice. It makes me wonder who they didn't nominate, I guess, but Andrew Cantor, Brett Combs, other great guys are on there. So it's a big honor. I don't really know what else
You're
to say.
making an impact. That's great. Clients love you. It's coming from somewhere. All right, if someone's interested in hearing more about your beautiful listing here in North PB, how can they do that?
The Mid-City Modern Home can be found on our website. It's key2sd.com/1925 and that will give all the information, the promotional videos, the aerial shots, all of our marketing. I think they're going to love it. I think it'll go quick, so hopefully someone that sees this show.
Absolutely, we'll get to it. It's going to go quick. Thanks so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me, Lindsay. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You just heard from Locale Magazine's top 5 most liked real estate agents, Jeff Grant with Sand&C Investments. He was able to share a bit more about Kate Sessions Park, the lifestyle that Pacific Beach has to offer, and was able to showcase one of his fabulous new listings in North PB. We hope you enjoyed.
I'm Jen Morris for Lifestyle San Diego. We're here at this beautiful home in La Jolla to meet up with Rick Famey and elite real estate broker Arlo Nugent. We're here at this beautiful home in La Jolla, and I'm joined by the founder, the man responsible for the gorgeous kitchen at this home and this beautiful oasis of a backyard, Rick Famey of Kitchen Expo, and of course, elite real estate agent Arlo Nugent. Thank you so much for having us here.
Good to be back, absolutely.
So Rick, tell us about Kitchen Expo. I know it started 33 years ago. Talk to us about the evolution of your company and how you've really set the standard for luxury home design.
Well, we started 33 years ago mainly doing kitchens and bathrooms, and people liked our design so much they kept having us do other rooms. So other rooms became the entertainment centers, master bedrooms, dining room tables, then all of a sudden the whole house. And after the first couple of years, we started designing the entire homes, and now we're even doing backyards and pools, spas, and it just doesn't stop.
Arlo, tell us about your relationship with Rick, how you two began working together.
Sure. So Rick had some clients in Rancho Santa Fe. They were looking to sell their house. And the question was, if we invest this money to do a high-end kitchen, are we going to see a return on that? What is that going to do for value of the property? And is that going to shorten the average days on market? So that's when Rick's designer brought me in. We had a consultation together where the designer's talking about different renderings, different things we can do. And then I'm talking about just numbers, days on market, this is what it's going to cost, this is the return we can see, and the value that it's really adding.
Let's talk about that, the value of a kitchen in a home. How do you see the cost versus return there?
it's going to sell the house or it's not going to sell the house. The women, and a lot of times even the men now, go right to the kitchen. And if the kitchen is closed off and in a separate room, it only works if you have a full-time chef and you want everybody out of the kitchen. But 99.9% of the clients, they want the kitchen open to the great room. And they want that entertainment space because you can't get anybody out of the kitchen.
Are you finding that with your clients, Arlo?
Oh, absolutely. In a lot of listings even, my clients will look at the kitchen photo, and if the kitchen is not right, they won't even go see the property.
Wow, well that's where some of the consulting work comes in that the two of you do. Tell me about that.
Exactly. So Rick and I have actually been called out with different clients, and they'll say, boy, I love the location. We can't change it. Boy, I love the square footage of this house. Yeah, we could change it, but with some work. But what can we do with this kitchen? So then Rick and his staff will come in and they can actually do several different renderings with several different styles. So now the buyer can move forward with confidence on this property, knowing the potential for that kitchen.
We were just in your gorgeous showroom. You walked us around. We got to see what you are really known for, the level of difficulty with the curvature work of the stone and the woodwork in your showroom. Tell us about your process, Rick.
We tend to take a lot of refrigerators and we clad them with curved cabinets. Seamless curves is how we try to do it. I didn't like the straight sink when my cabinets are curved, so I started curving the sinks. The only way to do that is out of a block of stone. So we take a block of stone, we hone out the whole center of it, then we shape it and we curve the front of it, and I make it any size, any color they want, and then we curve the countertop around it, and then we curve the cabinets to match it. So all of a sudden it looks seamless and it all flows.
And buyers appreciate those little details. You'd be amazed. We see something in a photo when we're looking at properties, but then when we get out there, we see, okay, this kitchen looks amazing. And then we go out and I'm standing there and I can see my buyers going through and they notice these small details. It makes a difference.
I'm sure that your luxury buyers are looking for the high-end look.
Unique, high-end, all the attention to detail, absolutely.
It's such a creative process. We were talking earlier about an architect that designed a kitchen, and it just didn't turn out the same way as you bringing someone like Rick in.
Exactly.
To creatively visualize what could be. I want to take us out of the kitchen into a backyard like this one.
Right.
Tell me, what are buyers looking for when they see a space like this, or is this what they really want?
This is what they want, but they can't always imagine it when
Right.
it's not there. So that goes back to the consultation and showing people, okay, we have this outdoor space, but how can we really get the most out of it? So buyers typically, when they first come to me, they have a short list. And among the top things on that list, they want obviously location, they want the kitchen, and outdoor space is usually one of the top three things that they want. They say, we are people who entertain, we are people who have small kids. Different stages in life, they want that outdoor space for various reasons. And that's when Rick comes in and he can really design and cater whatever somebody can imagine to the space.
And I think that people are looking for an oasis within their own home.
It's after work. You know, they come wound up from work, the husband and the wife sometimes both work, and they just want to come home and relax. And last night we were here shooting this in the evening. The client and I were sitting in those beautiful chairs over there, and he says, Rick, this backyard and your design transformed our lives. I mean, it got goosebumps in me, it really did. He says, we come home from work and just sit in these chairs and we sit and see this beauty and the sound of the water and the waterfall and the LED lights are all going off. And it just takes it to a different world, takes it to a different world. We had no idea we're still living in San Diego. We think we're in Hawaii somewhere, at an oasis or an island. Maybe.
Until you drive down the street and you hit some traffic, right?
I know, right? And coming from that traffic to a place so serene as this,
Sigh of relief.
it's ideal. It's ideal.
Absolutely. Arlo, I know that you have a gorgeous multi-million-dollar listing in La Jolla with a kitchen done by Kitchen Expo.
Coincidentally. correct.
Coincidentally, tell us about this property.
It's an amazing property. It's a 2-story Mediterranean style property, just amazing views of the ocean. It is truly spectacular.
Oh, I can't wait
And
to see it.
Rick did the kitchen on it, and when I do open houses, people walk in and they notice. They can tell this is a custom kitchen.
This is the level we are looking for when we're looking for a multi-million-dollar home in La Jolla.
Right.
All right, great. Well, let's take a look.
Awesome. Hi, this is Arlo Nugent. Welcome to 8351 Paseo de la Cosa, a Mediterranean masterpiece. The private and lushly landscaped gated courtyard leads you to the 22-foot turreted entry foyer. The soaring ceilings are only anchored by the grand curved staircase, which is treated with handcrafted wrought iron railing. The chef's kitchen was custom designed with elegant cabinetry, a large island, a walk-in pantry, and Viking appliances. The well-appointed master suite has an ocean view balcony, a fireplace, and a stunning bath with a double jacuzzi spa tub, an oversized shower, and a walk-in closet. The versatile bonus room with the wet bar enjoys ocean views and would make a perfect children's playroom, office, or second family room. The first floor also features a bedroom suite, formal dining room, powder room, 3-car epoxy-coated garage, and a very private backyard. Thank you for taking the time to tour this 2-story, 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,606 square foot Mediterranean beach house with me. For all your coastal real estate needs, Arlo Nugent.
What a gorgeous video, Arlo. Beautiful kitchen done, of course, by Kitchen Expo. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you, it was a pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you. It was a great time.
You just heard from Rick Famey and Arlo Nugent. I'm Jen Morris. Thanks for watching.
Hope you enjoyed the episode today of Lifestyles, and don't forget you can follow us outside of the show. Just visit us online, follow us on social media. We're out for today, and we'll see you next week.